So, the science of epidemiology is essentially looking at the patterns and etiology of diseases in populations. And the second part of the definition is actually developing strategies and programs which help us to improve public health. And part of this whole process of improving public health is the science of health promotion, which is essentially a process, the process of modern public health. And so I've been speaking quite a lot about the various disparities and inequities of health, but now we need to think about ways in which we might be able to intervene and actually do something about it. So the science of health promotion, which is a contemporary version of public health, a contemporary application of public health, it's defined as the process of enabling people to increase control over and improve their own health. So rather than doing the sort of a European missionary type of expedition into Africa where they come and save the populations and basically impose their own solutions, health promotion is very much about enabling people to look after their own health. And it incorporates both an orientation to health, so an orientation of all community and population activities towards better health, and also it looks at the processes and strategies to achieve this. So, if we look at this comprehensive WHO definition again, a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being, an individual or a community or a population must be able to satisfy the needs of the population, to identify and to realize the aspirations, because remember we're talking about social well-being, and we also need to either change the environment to a better framework for enhancing health, or to adjust the community's ability to cope with their existing environment, because some environments actually are not able to be modified for one reason or another. A very important realization in terms of contemporary health promotion is to realize that health is not the objective for living, but it's a resource that one requires to live well. And the WHO definition and the health promotion approach actually treats health as a very positive concept which emphasizes social and personal aspects, not just physical capacities. So, for example, somebody in a wheelchair, or somebody who's missing a limb, or somebody who has some chronic debilitating disease like multiple sclerosis can still be healthy despite that physical disease if they have social and personal resources which support their well-being. So with that context, and especially the attention to environmental factors, health and health promotion are not just the responsibility of the health sector, and in fact most of the major decisions that impact upon health occur outside the health sector. They occur in environmental protection, they occur in agricultural sciences, they occur in the business sector. So it then, health promotion then moves from healthy lifestyles, and that's very much individual focused, to well-being of individuals and communities and populations. And health promotion has therefore a very strong public health aspect to its practice. Now, if we talk about the job of health promotion, there are three major roles for a health promoter. You need to be a good advocate. You need to advocate effectively. You need to enable populations and communities and individuals to enhance their own health, and you need to be able to mediate change and mediate conflict between various interest groups related to health of populations. So essentially, an example of advocacy is basically getting the message out there. So you might interpret this as being, well, if there's a danger to health. So, for example, health promotion might be that at some stage there is some concern about mercury in fish. Now, as it turns out, there's only very few species of fish that actually accumulate significant amounts of mercury. Swordfish is one particular example. So the idea, the challenge would be then to get this message out that don't avoid all fish, because fish is good. And we should be consuming 2 to 3 fish meals per week for optimal health. The point is that there are certain types of fish that you should avoid, especially if you're pregnant. So get the message out there. That's the first idea with health promotion. So the second aspect here is to reduce these differences which lead to inequity. So to act on a healthy environment, to give people access to information, to enable them to have the skills and opportunities for making good choices. Okay, so if we take the fish analogy, we might say that we need to give people access to information. So information about which fish you can eat, what fish you should avoid. A supportive environment so that the marketing of fish, for example, actually facilitates flow of this information. You give people the skills to enhance their own health, that is, the skills to make a decision between whether they buy a particular fish or not, and also the opportunity for making healthy choices. So if you, for example, say that a particular species of fish is unsuitable, then you need to make other choices available in some way. Now this might mean negotiation with industry. So industry being the fishing industry or being the food industry, which is outside the health sector. Now, the third aspect of health promotion practice, is to actually mediate between the different stakeholders. So, in terms of government, with the fish issue, you might certainly liaise with the health department, but you would also be liaising with prime industries. You might also be agriculture, the portfolio where fishing is looked after. You might also look at the environment, Department of Environment, Department of Business. So all these arms of government actually have their own objectives, and quite often they don't have much communication between them. So the health promoter needs to facilitate this, which then speaks to the next point as well. There are various organizations that actually are outside of government that also look after or attend to health. So, for example, the Heart Foundation might be one area, because they're very much, the Heart Foundation is very much promoting fish, because fish is good for heart health. So they need to give a new message to consumers, that is that fish is still good, but you need to avoid certain other fish to make sure that people are eating the right fish. Industry and also media is a very important conduit for all this activity. So actually being able to get the right message across to the general public so that they can make their own informed decisions. Now, if we look at the model for the Ottawa Charter for Health Promotion, we see here that this is the enable, mediate, advocate aspects that we've already learned, but there's a number of other frameworks which are the principles of the Ottawa Charter for Health Promotion. And there's 5 of these. There's build healthy public policy, create supportive environments, strengthen community action, improve personal skills, and reorient health services. Now, you can see here that all of these factors actually point in one direction, and that is enabling the community to look after its own health. So it's empowering community to actually make positive health outcomes. And that's the essence of the Ottawa Charter for Health Promotion.